I don't want to get shut down.
Let's keep it up with the riot, Lonzo, of 1992. Now let's go back to what we were discussing earlier. Tell us about kind of the transition of Black ownership to Korean ownership. You know, there was a time where you would walk down the street, you told us, and you walk into 5 businesses, and 5 of the businesses that were all Black, especially in places like Compton. But tell us about how the transition from Black ownership to Korean ownership happened, in your opinion.
It happened right after the riots. Right after
the first riot, the Watts riot?
Started in 85. Started in 85. I mean, sorry, 65. There was a lot of mixed businesses in the community. We had a Black grocery store. In that Black grocery store, they had, like I say, we had a Jewish insurance man. Another guy ran a record store. A lot of Black folks worked there. My neighborhood was mixed with Latinos and Blacks, and we pretty much got along with no problem. After the riots, all the non-melanated folks got the fuck up out of here. I'm out. Okay, they did not want to get caught here no more. So a lot of businesses got left abandoned, and then shortly after that, a lot of Black folks a lot of Black folks took over businesses for a while. Okay, and most of your liquor stores was Black owned. That opened up a lot. We had more, but we had a few more after the 65 riots. And then when crack started coming in, folks started selling out. By this time, they got a little equity, and folks started selling out. Every liquor store, every chicken place, swap meets opened up, and you didn't see no Black folks doing nothing but buying stuff. And I think that's when they invented the bulletproof glass or something, because that became the standard equipment. Stores that I've been going through all my life, there's a liquor store, Liquorama, right there on Avalon. I used to go there. I was my backup store, and I got in trouble with my boys in the hood. And I went there one day, man, and I didn't recognize nothing because everything is behind plexiglass. And when you go to a liquor store that's in the hood, I want you to notice something. Everything of value is behind the glass. All the money, all the expensive liquor. You can steal all the beer you want. They don't give a shit about no beer. But you buy the $15 bottle of Hennessy or whatever it is you drink, that's behind the glass. You got to get past that bulletproof glass and whatever else you got behind that counter to slow your ass down. And that became the norm. Then you look at the swap meets popped up. There was no Black businesses in the swap meet. That was a big issue for a while, man. Because I only knew one guy had a store at the swap meet, and the only reason why he had a store at the swap meet because he was a graphic artist, and you just can't. That's a skill you have to have that skill. You just can't, retail art. He was a graffiti artist, and he would do all my banners and stuff like that. And but socks, T-shirts, and the problem with the swap meet, especially the rodeo, not the rodeo, but the Compton swap meet and the Slauson swap meet, they were in the hood. And at any given moment, one side, somebody, crippled blood, Samoan, Latino, whatever you want to call them, gonna need some draws at the same time. And that's when the shit would go down. Everybody need a pair of draws, fresh pair of draws and a T-shirt, and they go to the swap meet and they go some ops, and it's going down. Last time I went to the Slauson swap meet, there was a metal detector at the front door. You had to get searched to walk. You had to get searched to walk into Slauson swap meet. Last time I was in there.
Any place I got to get searched like that, yeah, I'll call Amazon. I can get that shit on Amazon.
Yeah, no shit.
Damn, that's crazy.
And that's what's killing them all right now. Anybody got to really go? Anybody got to put up with that bullshit? But the Amazon man, he catching the hell.
Well, they dropping drones now, so they're about to get rid of those guys. Yeah, they got drones delivering packages now, man.
I heard. I haven't seen one yet, but yeah, I heard.
Yeah, I haven't seen the ones flying, but you'll see the ones delivering packages from building to building, and it's mind blowing when you're walking down LA and you see that. But All right. What were your general thoughts, Lonzo, when you first saw the infamous Rodney King tape?
I'm like, dude, thank God homeboy had a camera. Thank God homeboy had a camera and he was willing to share that tape with the rest of the world because nobody would believe them cops beat that man like that. That was always the problem when a white man in the blue police suit whooping a black man in any kind of suit. That nothing never has. It's always his word against my word against his word, and because he's sworn to uphold the law, and they think they give you an impression that he would not do anything like that. Meanwhile, they do it every day, all day. It finally put the light on what was really happening in the community, and it justified why N.W.A. said "fuck the police." Because you think about it, N.W.A. had not, they were still going through shit up until the riots. Right before the riots, they were still getting their records run over by bulldozers, still catching hell from Tipper Gore. They still was catching hell from everybody. And all of a sudden, when the 92 riots, fuck the police became the chant of the streets. And that's what shortly after that, they became bigger heroes than ever because they thought they predicted something. They saw something and spoke on it before anybody else knew about it. And what they spoke on was something that's been going on for decades, but nobody believed them until they actually saw it. And the Rodney King situation proved that they had a point.
Well, let's get to a few questions, Lonzo, before we wrap it up. We have about 12 minutes left. Anybody have any questions, post them down below, and we'll get to them. First question, Lonzo. Someone wants to know, did Lonzo get paid okay from the Electro Street Sounds compilations in Europe?
Hell no.
What is that? Tell it. I'm looking it up right now. I don't see anything with your name attached to it. What was that?
Man. Woo, somebody give me a flashback. Michel'le, Don McMillan, rest his soul, Steven son of a bitch, did a deal with Street Sounds and sold his whole unauthorized catalog to Street Sounds. We didn't find out until later on. Now, let me back up. I did do a couple of deals with Street Sounds in the very beginning, some licensing deals in the very beginning when I think Morgan Khan was a label owner at that time. But Morgan died, if I'm mistaken, and the son took over, and Don McMillan cut a shitty ass deal with Morgan Khan or Morgan's son, and all of our shit. There's a whole lawsuit been going on forever with everybody's shit. Mine, Egypt's, Rudy Pardee, everything that ever came through Michel'le. This guy got like 20 grand for this shit.